What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I'm Isaiah, and today we're going to piece together a list for Dragons Rampant. So we need the book, some roster sheets, which are available on Osprey.com. If you Google Dragon Rampant roster PDF, it'll be one of the top hits, if not the top hit. A pencil, because we're not a psychopath, and an army. Let's go take a look at that. So in the game, everything is worth a set number of points. I feel like the main things you want to pay attention to when choosing these things or looking at these things are the points, which is the total overall cost, and the strength points, which will tell you how many models are in that unit or how many models you need to represent in that unit. So the first thing we want to do is sort our leader out. Now, a leader doesn't cost you anything. You get it for free, but he is he or she is part of a unit and cannot leave that unit for the game. That being said, you could choose to represent that as your leader plus that retinue, of bodyguards, or you could do it as just your leader, and he's worth however many strength, as a single model unit, but he still would have the full stats of the regular unit. Is another way to go about it. So whatever fits you better. I'm going to be doing the leader with a retinue, and I'm going to be using a reduced size unit. So each model will be worth more than one strength, whereas normally each model is worth one strength point that the unit has. That being said, your leader gets a trait. So we're going to roll 3d6 here in a moment and see what we get. My leader is going to be part of an elite foot unit. Not light. Elite. So the base unit is going to cost 6. It's going to have a max move of 6 strength points. So I'm going to have 3 bodyguards that'll each be worth 2 strength points. And I may come back and pay this 2 points to give them ranged attacks. But I'm going to see how the rest of the points work out first. So this is going to be my leader, Hocus Pocus. Anytime I start a new fantasy game, I'm always going to go to my lizards first because they're my absolute favorite army that I've ever built, painted, based, all of it. I love this army dearly. So anytime I can come up with an excuse to get them off the table, I will do so. So this is him. He's going to be part of an elite foot unit, which is going to be comprised of these old Croxagores. That I've actually, I painted them at the very end of me playing Sigmar, and I never got to use them in a game of Sigmar, but I've used them in a couple of other games. So they've hit the table, but not as much as I want. So we're definitely going to get them in there as some elite foot. So that puts me at 6 points for now. Again, I may come back and add that 2 points to them. That being said, let's get us a leader trait. We got a 10. We got a pretty good one. Hocus Pocus, also, just so for clarification, this is how the name is spelled, is strong. So his unit can re-roll 1 failed attack die. Not really what I expected from the little spindly caster looking dude, but I'll take it. And I like that it's randomly generated. Next, I am a sucker for cavalry units. So we're going to get in a unit of heavy riders, I want to say, at 4 points. Heavy riders at 4 points starting. Now, I like to be able to reach out and touch somebody from a distance sometimes. So I'm going to throw in 2 units of light missiles at 4 points per unit. And to give us a little bit more presence on the ground, we're going to take some light foot at 3 points, putting us to 21. And with my remaining 3 points, instead of opting to buy some extra options on some models, I think I'm just going to operate under the modus operandi of boys before toys. And I'm going to take another unit of light foot to max out all the slots on my roster. And this is what our final roster sheet is going to look like. Couple things to keep in mind, and a couple things I just want to show you because I didn't really go while going through the process. No unit may cost more than 10 points, and no unit may cost nothing. You can't reduce something to be less than 1 point. Nothing for free. And there is no force organization. Nothing like that. Like, I chose to build today kind of a rounded, what I think of as kind of a take all comers. Like, I've got some threats, I've got some maneuverability, I've got some range. But you could also build just like a straight cavalry list, or a list of just a whole bunch of just crappy zombie hordes. There's a lot of variety because the troop types are very, very broad. So you can make anything fit in. You can make any model that you have fit into any of those slots very, very, very easily. And the other thing I wanted to show, obviously we're copying our stat lines, and then we have the special rules for each of the things. So they're going to get some for free. You just get those. Not every model, not every unit or troop type gets free stuff, but I feel like a lot of them do. And then you have options, which are extra things that you can pay for to make them better or to change. There's also the fantastical rules, which is a whole section unto itself with different things that you can use to customize. A lot of times they'll say any fantastical rules except, and then it'll list off a couple that unit would not be allowed to have. But there's a pretty good variety of ways to customize your units and really, really make your armor fit your theme, your story, your idea, your aesthetic, whatever you want. Of the many agnostic army games that I've looked at the books, this has been one of the easiest to make things slot in. Not including games that are representing like one-to-one relationships, like the OPR systems, which I love OPR, but it's kind of a one-to-one, and then they add some into their new stuff. This is much broader categories, and you just kind of slot in your models the way you want to, and I really dig that. That's gonna do it for today. I got this list put together. Thanks so much for tuning in, hanging out, checking out my lizard army that will hopefully be hitting the table real soon. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.